Hello, everybody. I'm coming to you today in my PJs. There we go. Now my other one has signed in. Just wait for some people to come and join me here. Welcome. Let's see if I can move this way some. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Hope you had a good sleep. The new day today. Fresh new day with no mistakes. Hi, Eileen. So, let's pull a reading. A couple cards for Eileen for fun. Just for fun. Since you're the first one in here, you get a couple free cards. Temporary pause in action. Looking at the past, seeing how it seemed a little easier. There might be some analysis about which way to move forward. And dealing with children, perhaps. Maybe trying to decide whether something from childhood bothers you or not. Interesting. If you hear noises in the background, it's just my cat having fun with whatever she's having fun with. She had me up at 7 a.m. this morning to play. Where are you from, Eileen? If Eileen is still here, where are you from? Thank you. My kitty has come to say hello. Say hi. Hi, Freya. Yo, you're getting so big. You're getting so big. Oh, my girl. You purring? Yeah. You're purring with mommy, aren't you? Yeah. Chicago. Nice. Whoops. Now, she just makes herself at home. My apologies. All right. Yeah, you're feeling energy shifts too right now. And while, I don't know, it's almost like change doesn't make you too crazy. there's still some frenetic, it's like fog or not knowing which way to go, which direction to take. You're about ready to take one. You're sure hoping that it's the right one. So I have the 10 of Cups and the 9 of Cups. That tells me that you're moving away from something, but you're heading towards, you're hoping it will be fulfillment in all areas of your life. But at this point in time, so far what it's proven to be is a solitary wish granted as opposed to a wish granted with many others. I think what is hidden from you is that which direction you're headed in. It's this. Leaving something behind, or have been trying to leave something behind. You're headed toward wish fulfillment. You're headed towards emotional satisfaction. There's been some manipulation going on in your world. And more on a spiritual level, I would sit there and say, you almost feel as if the battle or the mental processes how can you unblock? You have not one major arcana card here out of 10. That tells me that everything is in your power and that the divine is in wait for you. That's what that tells me. What starts and what ends the minor or the, oh yeah, see, your journey was started with this. You're somewhere in the middle. And we have a Tower moment of feeling left out in the cold. 2 wands. Was this like a 7-month, 7-year thing ago or something that happened in your life? Hello, Julie J. Welcome. You're having a wish coming through, Eileen, on the financial realm soon. It seems like your love life or wish fulfillment in emotions has been, it's almost like you've been battling all the way. I have King of Wands here, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I have Queen of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. This could be something to do with a mother-father scenario, juggling between what you've been taught and what you're headed towards. What you've been taught, what you want to adopt from childhood and take with you. So how do we unblock this? You are manifesting, absolutely. We all are manifesting because we breathe. Whether we manifest for what's our highest good or whichever is another story. Wanting to win at all costs and doing whatever it takes. There's, it's like there needs to be an end to this struggle with your manifesting. It's almost like the more you want to manifest and struggle or manifest and put the energy into doing so, there's things you're missing along the journey. If you're so forward focused, manifesting is about being forward focused, but doing it from the now, but I sense that you're very forward focused. So there's something about your energy. It's incredibly forward focused. I'm just going to pull a few other cards. In fact, I'm going to get a, what do you call that? I'm going to get Seven Energies, Oracle of the Seven Energies card for you. And see what the Divine has to say. And for further information, Eileen, the donations are $10 for a reading. Yeah, quieting the mind, and you'll see a burst of magic. We have Empress energy here and massive change. Those two energies are the Divine's work. Well, your guides have just connected with me and gave you this card, Quieting the Mind. Life is chaotic, busy, loud, frenetic, and overwhelming. Didn't I say that? There's a frenetic energy around. Some days all that noise is like the roar of thunder echoing around you, and it feels as if you're being pummeled by a rainstorm. Isn't this why we take vacations, to get away to somewhere peaceful? In spite of the surrounding din of the world today, you need to slow down and find a bit of peace. So go ahead and take a deep breath right now. Make a commitment to be still, if only for a minute. Count your breaths and be mindful of every one of them. Know that you have all the time in the world to do the things that need doing. Everything is in perfect timing. Our core beliefs about the world originate in other thoughts and feelings, which then become our perceptions. If our thoughts are all over the place, that is how we will experience the outer world. But what if the outer world doesn't matter at all? What if at our center there were a place that is always calm, where the mind doesn't have a million things to say, where problems and challenges don't exist, aren't nearly as important as we think they are? Today requires you to take an internal break and go to a silent space to regroup. Meditate on the stillness within. Choose a peaceful mind and nothing else. You will be amazed by how fast everything falls into place once you do. So there's your answer. It's about losing the frenetic quality to move forward really, really fast. Wanting to manifest, putting the energy into manifesting. You've got to allow the spirit to do 98% of that work for you. You're welcome. Okay, Kimberly, let's find out what's up. Hi, I am. Welcome. Queen of Pentacles, the Hierophant, movement forward, temporary pause in action, seeds well planted, unnecessary worry. Those are the cards I have for you, Kimberly. Where's my mini deck? This is the mini me. All right. We have two cards in the middle of your cards here, and one is about commitment and the movement forward. There is commitment, there is movement forward, but there is a stall in the action. Well, yeah, that's everything we already know. Tell me what we don't know about this situation and Luke. Wow. I got the Hierophant again. Commitment. See, look at this. And this is the next card out. So you are very sure and sound on your commitment base and on what you want and desire in the situation. What does he want? And then I got the Hierophant. So what comes under the Hierophant for him? He wants commitment with you. Communication coming in the 3D. Oh my goodness. He hasn't texted you either. So we are facing, I don't know why, I got this yesterday and I didn't say it. I probably should have said it, but I almost wonder if something's happened with his cell phone. We do have Mercury retrograde right now with hard squares to Neptune. That's cell phone communication, computer communication, that's all types of communication. And if he's gone and dropped it in the water or something, he needs a new phone. If he needs a new phone, he might not have the capacity to transfer contacts from one phone to another. I got the Page of Pentacles under the Hierophant. He wants to take it slow, for sure. But there's something happening tangible in the 3D world. It tells me you will definitely hear from him. Movement forward, the Chariot. See, there you go. There's got to be a reason for it. So I get to the card of Cancer and Pisces and not seeing the positive in this. It's almost some sort of fear or focus from the past as well. These are his fears. I feel like something's happened with his phone. I wonder if his... Give me another card for clarity here, please. The temporary pause in action. Again, I wonder, oh my gosh, could you imagine if he's traveling and he loses his phone or away on business, and then he's dealing with the car and having to deal with work and everything else? And then on top of it, his poor heart wondering how you're feeling about not hearing from him. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of stress. Taking the leap of faith is taking great strength, challenging information. And I have a Queen of Wands, which is typically the other woman. Could be a family member or mom as well. Keep that in mind. Define the Seven of Pentacles for me, please. Three of Pentacles. Yeah, he feels like he needs to definitely work on his finances for sure, because I got the Three of Pentacles, so he's pitching something to somebody. Was he going on a business trip or something to pitch something to somebody, or to try and sell something? Then we have the Five of Swords. Wow. I don't think you have to worry about him wanting to commit to you or anything regardless of your relationship. I think his biggest struggles are between his electronics, the things he travels with, his phone, his car, his money. And the last card out we have, we'll clarify, is the Six of Cups, that's soulmate energy. It's also romanticizing the past, leaving childhood ways behind themselves. Carrying heavy burdens right now. I think he's dealing also with heavy burdens in the family scenario. That's what I feel. And I got the Nine of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. Yeah. And the Judgment card. He's coming back around. Don't worry about it. Look at this. Look how he views you. This is probably what he views that you deserve. And he doesn't feel that right now, like it at all. So it's causing a bit of a heavy burden on his soul. Isn't that just like the divine to bring a soulmate into your life when you're not looking at your best to see if you'll actually do as the divine wants you to do? Will she hear something soon? Look at that. Temporary self-imposed prison of worry, stress, and aggravation. Will she hear something soon? Yes, you will. It'll be a wish granted, but it's going to take a little bit. So let him do what he's got to do. Try not to doubt the commitment that you have. He's definitely been held up. It could even, like I said, be something with his car or something. It's almost like the divine is giving him time to heal his mental body or emotional body while he's away, or to actually really build a foundation as to how to move forward with you. See, he wants to be a king of pentacles, and it looks like he's a knight. The problem with the Knight of Pentacles is it takes a long time for them to move and to get going. But just know he feels he's headed to a wish granted. I know that you feel like something is way off right now. Way off. Look at this. You feel something is off. You just know something's not right. And we have the Empress, and being very wise about how you move forward and what it is that you create for yourself. Let's ask a when will you hear from him? 3 days. At the very latest, 3 days. I think you and he both may be in some sort of analysis paralysis right now. Because I got the Seven of Pentacles twice. All right, does anyone else in the room want the reading? Or shall we just chit-chat about the energies for a bit? I know myself, man. I'm a Virgo, as you well know, and I feel this second go at things coming in. Like, well, you wouldn't be feeling his energy so strongly if he didn't miss you. I'd say that's a yes, 1000% affirmative yes. So anyway, the energies, let's talk about the energies now. Whatever we feel has been keeping us held up and and stuck to a certain situation, circumstance that you can't seem to get yourself out of. Like, you can't seem to create movement forward. You can't seem to do all these things. The time that we're coming in this Saturn retrograde, I heard someone explain this on YouTube, and I thought it was fantastic, that it's like second chances. It's like you get a moment to breathe, you get a moment to feel better, you too, and have a good work day. You get a moment to breathe, you get a moment to feel better, and kind of catch up with yourself. Yes, there will be changes that make that happen, but is it fast forward movement change? I feel it's change that we will see in a very tangible way in a 6-month energy. Eclipses can create the starting process of thinking, oh wait, I wonder if I should move, or oh wait, I wonder if I should like work this thing out with a family member. I wonder if I should, maybe I should, why am I getting the idea that like this place to move is like not the greatest place, but for some reason, all of a sudden, out of all these years, I'm finally called to it. So there's this energy of feeling and noticing that you're feeling called to make changes. And within the 6 months following and previously, it doesn't all happen in one day. Not usually, sometimes it does. But it's going to remove the blockages that we have. My other video is like bouncing. It's going to move the blockages in a lot of ways to what we have been working towards, that we have had a hard time getting through, getting the green light for. All right. Hello, lovely. Hope you are doing fantastic today. Love reading for me, please. I am single, no kids. I would like to find a guy that I can rely on, a friend, lover, and partner. Sending you hugs and thanks. Okay, Julie. Well, it seems you have options around you. Single person. It definitely seems you have options around you. For sure. As to what you could do. I wonder if you're sensing the frenetic energy of change as well. And so as this energy changes, then you start to you've been taking the time. It's like it's something that you want, but you have cold feet with it because you've been hurt so much. The way that we box ourselves in, where fear is, we use fear to do it. I would challenge you to use your energies to manifest somebody if you would like to manifest somebody by saying, I want love. I want love that is going to lift up my soul. I want love that is going to, I can be an immediate and interchangeable energy with this person. I want love that is freeing and the kind where you lay in bed half the day kind of love. I want love where nothing else in the world matters, and we can look in each other's eyes and talk and lose hours and days and months just talking and feeling the world in each other's energy. When you manifest love that way, you leave the divine with so many open possibilities as to who to bring your direction. I have a feeling that there's going to be a sudden event for you happen in the near future, and it's going to be something you're going to want to celebrate and share with friends. It's going to be a timely thing, some decision or a text message coming in or something that's like you go, oh, should I answer that? Oh, I don't have time to answer that right this second. You could be moving house, selling a home, having property come to you. It could be a wedding, it could be a family party or something. You see the 3 cards here now? There is absolute celebration once you start to manifest somebody that is gives the divine a whole lot more leeway to bring things to you. This is for, yeah, you want somebody for marriage. You want the whole kit and caboodle. I want to move too, but not right now. I don't have the money to move right now. But there could be something that changes quickly that brings in the money for people to move. Something that comes in quickly that brings people the money to move. So you are going to hear messages, and I want to say it's probably in a quiet space. This could be about, I was just going to say someone coming back around, even though I didn't have the card, but that's the card that's there. Is there something you've wanted to do aside from love at the moment? Is there something that you've wanted to do but thought, well, I don't know how I make money at that right now with the way the world is and stuff? That energy is coming up within you of this something that you want to do to bring you to bring you home to yourself. It's like things have felt so just, yeah. The look on her face is exactly how things have felt. Well, there's going to be movement. When are you done your course? I got the 7 of Pentacles for you too. It's almost like over-analysis paralysis is like, no. I think you're going to come to a point where you're going to wonder if continuing on with something or something you've been doing is the right way to go. Because of this information or this something that comes in. I would like to say for you, it's probably between September and December. And you could have already got an inkling about all of this in April. Wow. Look at this. This could also be news that affects you through family members of your mother and father, or, yeah, family members. So wanting to birth the new, holding on tight to finances, holding on tight to something that you just can't seem to let go of, or sitting on it. This is almost like looking at where you want to invest your finances, and then taking your resources and going ahead and trying to invest. And then there comes along an emperor, somebody who is a perfect match for you. Or this could be you in succession from here, waiting for life to finish, holding on to the finances, deciding where you want to invest, starting anew, and then you move up to emperor into very masculine energy. Okay, I'm going to pull you an oracle card as well. But the timing of this is between now and September, well, now before the end of the year. And that's what these eclipses do. They start, and then by the end of the year, they bring the manifestation of the eclipse itself. I have a power move. And it is what it is in reverse. So, making a power move. Let's read that. That's a really nice card. 15. The time for rest is over. Change is in the air. This is a powerful time when deliberate action is needed to move your intentions out of the realm of thought and into the material, from ideas into action. How do you approach your relationship with the invisible world as it influences the visible? Do you see the relationship? Do you recognize yourself as a unique, whole, and worthy being who has a special place in this world, whose offerings are valuable, and whose life has amazing meaning? You are a mighty co-creator, so step into the power and see your intentions manifest in the world. Real positive change is possible when you make choices from an authentic sense of self and take a conscious step towards your dreams. To take steps towards your intended experience, start first with the way you think. Let curiosity be the focus now, and display a willingness to discover new things instead of confirming your past expectations. Be open, be clear about your motives and desires, and set your intentions. Then step into the magic, just waiting for you to claim it. Traveling, moving, flowing, flying, whatever describes the change in your life. Know that these are called for now. Act with thoughtfulness and awareness, and remember to be true to yourself. What is called for now is doing the thing that needs to be done. All will be better than well. What an exciting time indeed. The eclipses are going to affect you big time, and if you're not sure what to do or which way to move and all of these sorts of things, you're going to know. I think for a long time you've been sitting in the is what it is energy, and that's upside down, which tells me that you're no longer accepting just it is what it is anymore. Sometimes it's easiest to do that, but the divine is going to put the things in place through your intuition. You're going to have the nudges that it's time to move forward right now, and you're going to trust it on the spot, regardless of what the external circumstances are. It's like you want to create the change now, and that's exactly what's going to happen. And isn't it beautiful how the energy of change all comes around through the eclipses? And all of a sudden, it's like, damn it, I'm going to do this. You see, it's like the divine brings you together, melds you together in perfect kismet with divine intervention. And for the first time in a long time, we start to have hope. That's what's coming your way. So I'm excited to hear back from you sometime about what that's all entails. Is anyone else in the room that would like a reading? I'm going to read a postcard from Spirit. Dearest you, sometimes it's wonderful to give, but there are times you might find yourself overgiving. Now might be a good time to check in and see where you might be cutting off the flow of abundance. Let others give to you, even if you are more comfortable being generous and being the giver, the healer, the rescuer in the art of living. We sometimes overlook an important skill, receiving gracefully and with gratitude without diminishing yourself or trying to deny vulnerability or bringing an agenda of equality to it. Receiving is hard for some people, maybe you. You do not need a this for that in exchange with others. You are doing good in the world. Let the world give back and support you. Then you can give up the old stories that have you convinced you have to do everything alone with no help. Let the well be filled. We love you so much. Dearest you, on Earth, humans learn about life by telling stories and creating new ones based on shared experiences. Eventually, after repeating one often enough, it becomes your main story that you use to define yourself and the world. So, to get the answers, you tell it. Ask, why do you tell it? Is it really true? What else can be true? Can you see the truth that spirit is in all things? Do you see how other stories overlap and intertwine? Spirit loves a good story, for they are like blueprints for co-creation. So tell the one we know to be true about you, a story of courage, gratitude, and honesty. Tell an empowerment story about well-being, wisdom, and grace. You will experience your world according to the story you tell about it. So make sure they're stories you're proud of. Genuinely loving fan club. Hi, Barry. Good morning. How are you today? Well, I hope. If you would like a reading, oh, Darlene, Barry and Darlene. Oh, I have been a great life and my life. You have been a great life and my life. I have? Wow. I can't tell you how much that means to me to hear that. I appreciate that immensely. We just don't know sometimes how it is that we affect the rest of the world just by doing what we do. I've taken quite a bit of time off since actually end of November, and it's been like a hit and miss thing with me. Feeling as if I'm not sure which route is the best for me to take moving forward. Although I was at the time dealing with a relationship issue as well. So, did you know that when you stop fighting and accept everything exactly as it is right now, miracles start to happen? That's exactly why I stopped. That right there explains exactly why I stopped. Because I felt like I was pushing and pushing and pushing and putting out all the readings in the whole wide world. And I just needed to stop. Oh, thank you. Thank you. That blesses my heart. Thank you. There is a freedom in this kind of radical acceptance. Let go of unrealistic expectations and see things as they really are, not how you'd like them to be. You'll be surprised at how everything seems to fall into place. When you refuse to accept things, life gets messy, you act messy, and your world stays in chaos, tension, and disarray. But don't try and force a change or manipulate circumstances. Instead, learn about what is in front of you and face it with your eyes fully open. Then you can decide, stay or go, sink or swim, move or stay still. Acceptance is the key to freedom and opens the doors to the real opportunities waiting to be discovered. Set yourself and others free too. That's speaking of my relationship, that's exactly what I had to do. There was a whole lot of family issues and everything else, and I had to let go of all of that so that, you deserve to have someone love you that your family can stand. And because of what I do for a living, that was an issue for his family. So his grandfather, yeah, or his dad, I guess, yeah. So in the letting go and the moving forward, you never can tell what happens, but I believe we're in the times where a lot of emotional blocks, financial blocks, Well, Saturn is the father planet of the taskmaster, and he's gone retrograde or is going retrograde. So, it'll be kind of almost like a breath of fresh air and a time to rethink things, regroup, decide where we're at, what we're doing, and move from there. Yeah. How did I move forward and succeed? Well, I guess that's the thing, hey? Succeed, look at this. You're asking me. I can't even. How did I move forward and succeed so that I could have the rest? How did I move forward and succeed in what? After the relationship ended, or which? Okay, this is what happens. A lot of times I learned, well, one thing I learned in the circumstance is that we all take our intuition when we feel like we come up against, for me anyway, I feel like I come up against a brick wall. And when I hit that brick wall happens, I feel like a pressure cooker, like I'm encased between two brick walls, you see? And as I'm encased between two brick walls, you can't move, you can't do anything, you can't breathe. The only way to have resistance is to let both brick walls go. The brick wall that was pushing you there and the brick wall you hit, just to let them both go. Regardless of the pain it causes your heart, regardless of the pain it causes your mind, your spirit, because being in that kind of energy also causes pain. So which was the lesser of two evils? Now, in relationships, like I say, we have an intuitive nudge about something going on or whatever, but we rarely take it as just an intuitive nudge. I've got a hunch that something's off here. And then our brain and our ego, in order to fight or flight, takes it and puts it in, there might be another person. Oh, they're lying to me about this, or oh, that can't be true, or this or that or the other, and it causes more frenetic energy to bring about an internal storm between your mind and your heart. Instead of taking that nudge and saying, I just got an intuitive nudge that that's not correct, or something here's not right, and then asking the divine to give you proof of what that actually is, we take that intuitive nudge and we stick it in our insecurity box, which causes a breakdown, mental, emotional, and in the relationship. So if you can understand that it's not necessarily about, you see, you and I have a very different version of success. I'm going to sit here and say that because I actually don't view all of this as success per se, because it's like I had my days where I did absolutely nothing, but I had the freedom to allow myself to do that. I wish I had been busier. I wish I could have moved forward easier. I wish I could have all of these things. But the reality is I knew in turn I was doing someone a favor. Mostly myself, because I had to be out of the energy. I was in a situation where the man's father didn't totally disagreed with what I was doing, and got called a lot of names, and he was incredibly hard on me, which in turn ended up in a certain way broke my spirit. But I can honestly thank him for that now, because I've realized that no one can make you feel inferior or break your spirit without your consent. And I chose the spiritual call over the relationship. I couldn't imagine when it came time to move in. Oh, thank you. When it came time to move in together or whichever, I wasn't going to be able to live or stay with somebody who couldn't treat me with kindness. Because kindness and being in a certain energy vibration and all those sorts of things is very important when you are doing this kind of work. like the last thing I want to come on to here is to do work with you guys and feel like doubting myself and feeling the pain and the suffering of everybody and everything in the circumstance. I don't want to feel people suffer. Now, that it was incredibly hard for me to do, I have to tell you, because I'm still very much care for this person. And there were things about him as well that caused some issues too, but in 98, he lived with his father to help take care of his father. He's an older man and he's set in his ways. But he very much, his father causes him a lot of abusive tendencies, such as like when somebody is having health issues or mental health issues of their own, they become very heightened. So he's trying to do a solid and help his father, and take care of him in his last days. And then he has the opportunity to have love. And I also had the opportunity to go into that. But I didn't know how I would be able to. It was so hard, not even living there, but being there throughout the week here and there. It was so hard being there and being picked on all the time for the stuff I did. I got told terrible things, like I made my living off of bullshit. It's like I was it was tumultuous. And I let myself out of it. And what I didn't expect is in the immediate release, it felt good. But what I didn't expect was to feel the pain in my soul continue on for 6 months after that. This was like a year ago, March. Yeah, for 6 months after that, and trying to gain balance again. And I just started doing lives instead of doing the readings and pulling, readings all the time. I started doing lives, and if I was going to travel or go somewhere or whichever, that's what I would do. Yeah, exactly. So that's part of my spiritual journey, is to go through doing my work anyway based on what others would project out there in any circumstance. And I'm really good at doing that. Here's the thing. I'm not really good at doing that when my heart's wide open. When I am in a love situation and the family that I love and care about and the people that are there I love and care about, and my heart is wide open because of those people, it's like one of the people I cared about immensely was treating me this way, and I didn't know how to deal with the energy. I didn't know how to deal with it. There's all of these sayings and phrases of, well, it's what about you? What about words? They're just words, what about words? That's what I'm trying to say. They're just words. What someone else's opinion of you doesn't matter. But the thing is the divine didn't actually do it as a thing. The divine brought the perfect mirror image in emperor form in a family unit to call me on my crap. People would say, well, you actually believe in that stuff? And this was my response. I don't know if I believe in it or not, but I know it's helping me make money. And that keeps me off the street, and it gives me a home, and it gives me this, gives me that. And interestingly enough, now people in that family have gone, I've done a reading for them, and two of them, three of them, four of them actually. And so they're coming around, but it's a waiting period and a waiting time but anyways, I got off track. When your heart is wide open in love, the divine is going to a lot of times bring that brick spiritual wall for your heart to test you. Okay, you think you're good now. You think you've passed, you've done all the tests up to now, but let's pull this test on you about what you truly stand for when your heart is wide open. When there's no pretense, there's no anything. And then had him challenge me that way. So in actuality, in hindsight, it was a real gift. It really was. Because I absolutely believe in this sort of thing. I absolutely, do I believe that tarot cards are a divination tool? Yes, but I believe our mind is the divination. Can I sit here and tell anybody how it is that I do what I do? I can't. I don't even want to. I don't even want to put it in a box. I don't want to say, well, okay, these are my guides. I have this guy I talk to about science stuff. His name's Trioid. I have this, I talk to people's family members. They come forward to say things like all the time. So yes, it's absolutely true. Either that or I'm insane. But what would have put someone in a mental institution thousands of years ago or whatever, won't nowadays because it's understood. And I believed that in time, in going through all of this, that I too would come to a new understanding of my gifts and my abilities. People say, well, my guides, they say, I'm talking to my guides are talking to me. When I did this reading for one of the family members, she asked me, I said, well, that's what they're telling me. And she said, who's they? And I said, the divine. I said, I hate calling them the divine. I'm getting sick of calling them the divine. But I'm calling them the divine because there's so many different energies that are there that to try and sit there and I don't even want to put them all in a box of what they're there for. To me, it's not the point of what they're there. The point is what they're telling me and I'm listening, So I'm actually surprised when Trioid came through that I was able to get a name for him rather quickly, actually. He actually has a very similar look. Has a very similar look to that Tesla man who passed away, who died. I believe I am as well. And I'm telling you, there's been many times it's come and and I've had someone come through and say something. It happened just this weekend with some friends. And I said, your dad's passed? And he said, yeah. And I said, he wants you to know that, I said, he was kind of a rough man and he wants you to know that you're forgiven. Or that he forgives, or wants you to forgive him for not being, he was a very gentle soul, but he had this rough edge about him. A gentle giant, but had a rough edge about him. And anyway, so I took the message forward and I said, and what is with the white dog just running around his feet in circles? Or no, it wasn't a color dog. It was just a dog. What is with a dog? It's running around his feet in circles. And he said, we had a dog when I was a kid and we got rid of that dog. Well, he's telling you that dog's with him. They said that dog had the bedtime zoomies, or that it would just back and forth and run and go. It's crazy, right? Yeah, so it was really cool. And I have constant proof of what happens, in the 3D of the things I say that are correct, which is beautiful. It is. It's beautiful. Yeah. So tell me about Darlene and Barry. How did I move on from the love thing? I don't know if I have. In fact, I don't know if you move on from any love thing. Yeah. Have you seen me speak of this before? Do I know you outside of the tube? Well, if I didn't have my work, if I didn't have at least the ability to be a teacher, to be somebody to help people move past certain things in their life, I don't know what there is better than that. It's something I've been called to do, and I know beautiful things are coming because of the choices I've made. Opportunities, beautiful things. Dear you, sometimes you just feel like no one understands you. You are not heard, or even that you don't count. This, my dear, is a terrible illusion, and although your feelings tell you that abandonment is real, well, we who love you know better. You are never alone, and even when rejection happens, you are ultimately being protected so better things can replace that what wouldn't have worked in the first place. Everyone on this side of the veil is watching over you and rooting for your ultimate success. Life loves you, we love you, and you are a unique spark of the divine and always connected to the light and to source. You are always in our care. Trust and keep the faith. Love you always and forever. Yep. Does that not clarify it all? You see? Thank you, Barry. Darlene. Thank you, Darlene of Barry. Dear you, you are in such good shape right now that we're all doing a happy dance. In this moment, you have the power to make a choice, to get with spirit and co-create a miracle. You may wonder where this is all going, but if you want to manifest your desires for the highest good, you need to stay focused on the now. All power is in the present moment. Ask yourself, what are dominant thoughts now? What are your dominant thoughts now? What beliefs are you motivated by? Do you have clarity right now? How is your conscious contact with the divine? Are you plugged in, or are you trying to do life all by your small self? Get rid of negative energy now. Resentments be gone. Forgiveness and love enter. Please. You can do your life beautifully and create your most powerful future right here, right now, in this moment. Aren't you thrilled to know you have a huge cheering section over here? Yeah. It's all about due timing. You should email me and let me know who you are when you email me, because people have different names and stuff. And our little chat here. My ear's itchy. And see what we can manage to do together. It'll be fun. I myself right now am waiting for divine intervention, and well, not even intervention, I want to say, well, maybe it is, you know, they're saying, yeah, it is divine intervention, because it's going to take a lot to understand endless possibilities, you see. Let's read that card, Endless Possibilities, card number 38. You look at the world through the lens of your life experiences, personality, and conditioning. That filter determines whether you believe in an abundant universe of endless possibilities or various degrees of limitation and a finite range of options. When your expectations, unconscious or otherwise, are based on lack, it's difficult to see what is truly available to you. Today, ask yourself what you believe. Are there limitless potentials, outcomes to align your energy with? Do you know intuitively that there is more to life than meets the eye? And are you willing to act on that knowledge? As you believe, so will it be for you, as your energy will attract its match in the outer world. Conditions meet expectations. Either your world remains the way it is, in various forms yet essentially unchanging, or you become more. Everything shifts as you open yourself up to the greater vision of you and a more meaningful life, discovering opportunities that better reflect your true self. This is the nature of your dynamic relationship with the divine. Today, stand with open arms, knowing that you are stepping into beauty, into experiences that are potent and transformative. You are walking past the line that you and others drew long ago, leaping over what was and toward what will be. You are more than you were. Now, what is it that you want? The treasure is yours. You just need to believe it. I really believe that all things come to those who do the divine's work. And a lot of times they come in packages that you wouldn't necessarily expect them to come in. A lot of times it takes the divine a lot more time to bring things around to us than, we give them credit for. And one thing that happened during that whole journey was it sure brought me into my divine feminine energy. And I was very masculine energy at the time, needing to be building my own business and all this sort of thing, But the divine feminine needed to come out. And a lot of times with somebody who's lived in divine masculine for so long, energy, the divine feminine won't come out until the divine masculine's been bruised. It's all about stepping into alignment, dealing with your soul family, having our beautiful divine animals. I'm telling you, my little Freya, oh gosh, I love coming home to her. And enlightenment so that we can find our soul song. And channeling is the last card. The thing is, we all have this beautiful ability to do this work, to channel, to give people these messages. Some in different ways, some in stronger ways, some in, so many different everythings. We end up coloring a whole world with just the fact that we breathe. If we look at this earth as our inner soul and inner heart, it's crying and asking to be nourished. So how did I succeed? I did what I needed to do to put a roof over my head. And I still am looking forward to much more success. I'm a Virgo. I'm really hard on myself most times. And I could sit here and say this is success. It's like someone said to me about when I built my bed, they're like, you must be so proud of yourself. And I said, well, yeah, I guess. I just decided I was going to do something. I don't know. They're like, I could never do that. And I'm like, actually, I think you probably could. I don't know. I don't know what it is about me or if it's my chart or what it is. I've been thinking about getting an astrologer to look at my chart and see what's up with all that, because that'd be kind of cool. Yeah. That's awesome. What do you plan to do? Tell me. Well, I don't know who else is in the room here. I have 3 watching, but I think I'm going to go ahead and hop off of this for now. I intend to be back on this evening sometime, possibly. So that's awesome. We'll chit chat. Email me. Awesome. Yeah, so I may be back on this evening, probably around, I'm thinking 7 or 8, maybe, my time. Central Canada Mountain Time. All right. You guys take care. I love you very much. I hope you enjoy the beautiful day that's ahead of you. It's raining here. I'm going to go hop on my galoshes and go for a trek in the rain. I love you guys. You take care. Blessings.